So in today's video, we're going to be talking about things you will regret buying for college. I'm now fully into my whole back to school college videos in the summertime. That's what I primarily like to focus on. So I have a whole college playlist linked down below for you guys if you guys are interested in seeing any more college related videos. So yeah, I wanted to make this video for you guys to kind of gather things that I think are definitely not worth buying your freshman year of college. I did a video a couple years ago of what like not to bring to college, and that one was like right out of my freshman year of things that I bought and things that I was going to buy. I ended up not, and being thankful that I didn't. So today's kind of like an extension onto that. I added a couple of those that I talked about in that video that was like filmed 2 years ago, but I wanted to chat more items that you definitely don't really need to buy your freshman year of college. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so the first thing on my list is textbooks. I've mentioned this a couple times, but you definitely do not want to buy your textbooks for your classes prior to even having your classes. I know a lot of freshmen, like, they try to be extra prepared and will look at their book list or their class list and purchase all the books that say are required for that class. And textbooks are so expensive. So once you purchase all those books and you get to class, you're gonna realize you actually probably don't even need any of them. Textbooks are definitely something that I've tried to stay away from buying because I realize that they really are a waste of money because I never end up needing them. The couple times I buy books, I swear you guys, every single time. And I've even like failed to follow my own advice sometimes, because even this past year, our teacher swore we needed a book again, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just buy it. And I only used it once, and I bought it midway through the year. I was really trying to hold off on buying it because it was kind of expensive, and I bought it and I only used it one time after that. And I was like, again, a textbook was not even needed. So just don't buy textbooks before your actual classes to see if you actually need them, so that way you're not wasting money. The next thing on my list is fancy clothes. So you definitely don't want to buy like nicer clothes for college because majority of the time you're not going to wear them. You're going to most likely just wear like athleisure or some comfortable clothes from going class to class every single day. So you're probably not even going to need that. I know there's an exception of getting clothes for college parties, but who knows if that'll even be a thing this year. So I would just refrain from spending a lot of money on like fancier clothes because most likely you're not even going to need them. I will have a video linked down below of college clothing essentials. I made that video again, I think a couple years ago, and it seemed to be really helpful for you guys, so I will link that video down below. And the third thing is a lot of unhealthy snacks. You definitely don't want to buy a ton of unhealthy snacks because of course you're going to want to eat them when they're in your room and just staring at you. You're going to want to have your candy, your chips, chocolate, whatever it is. So you really want to refrain from buying a lot of unhealthy snacks, so that way you're not tempted to eat it, because I know if it's in my possession, I will probably want to just snack all the time and eat it. So try to refrain from buying a ton of unhealthy snacks. Of course, treat yourself, get yourself some sweets for here and there, but don't overdo it on unhealthy snacks that you will keep in your dorm. The fourth thing I recommend you not buying is trash cans. So most of the time your college dorm room will have trash cans already in its room. So if you buy trash cans, you'll end up realizing you don't even need it. Like almost 10 out of 10 times your dorm room will provide a trash can for you, so you can refrain from purchasing a trash can. And this kind of goes into my next thing that you will regret buying, is anything that your dorm room provides. So in order to check this, you guys can look on your school's housing website, and they will have like a list of items that the dorm and school already provide, so that way you don't accidentally purchase something that already comes in the room. So for example, like a desk chair, most of the time your dorm will have a desk chair already provided, so you don't want to like go out and buy one and then you end up not even needing it. So just check out your school's housing website and look at the list of what is already provided, so that way you don't waste your money. The next thing on my list is tons of cleaning supplies. So you really don't need to go overboard with cleaning supplies. You definitely want to make sure you have some, but don't go overboard and buying a ton of them, because a lot of times you're not even gonna get through it. I know my freshman year, I bought like so many packs of like Clorox wipes, and yes, I needed them, they were essential, but I did not need to get like a 4-pack or whatever, or I think it was like a 3-pack. Like, you don't need that much because most likely your roommate's gonna bring that stuff too. So it's just like a lot of stuff that's not necessary. And even like when I lived in an apartment, I brought a 2-pack of like bathroom cleaner, like toilet bowl cleaner, and I didn't even get through to the second one by the time the year was over. So just don't buy a ton of extra cleaning supplies. You don't need to waste your money on all that. Just make sure you have your core essential products and you don't need to buy anything in bulk. The next thing on my list is multiple washcloths and towels. So I see this all the time where people bring a ton of like towels and washcloths, and you really don't need a ton. Remember, it's just you, so you only need like a couple. Every time I bring towels, I only need a couple of them, so you don't need to bring like 5. Just have a couple, one where you're using and one if one's dirty, and in a hamper you can use whichever one's clean. You just don't need to bring a lot of extra washcloths and towels. The next thing you will regret buying is a desk calendar. So I know those things are popular when you can get those large desk calendars, but you really don't need them. They do take up a lot of space, like having it on your whole desk. It's just like not necessary. If you like writing things down, then write it down in a planner. Or most of the time college students just use their iPhones or their laptops for their calendar stuff, so you don't really need it. And if you are someone who likes to have a visual calendar, then just buy one of those smaller paper ones you can hang on the wall, or dry erase ones. That way it'll save a lot more space, and you just don't need those huge calendars taking up a lot of desk space. The next thing on my list is lots of notebooks. You definitely do not need to buy a lot of notebooks because you will probably end up taking a lot more notes on your laptop. And this was something that I didn't think I was going to do because I was someone in high school who liked handwritten notes and would write most of my notes down on paper. But once I got to college, I realized that that wasn't the most effective since everything is online, especially in huge lecture halls. When you are taking notes, it's a lot easier to keep everything digitally on your laptop. That way it's a lot simpler to study because you can easily make Quizlet notes by copying and pasting the notes you've taken, or a lot of times I would just copy and paste my notes that way if I wanted to have it in my own little area. It was just a lot more effective to write that in my laptop than buying a ton of notebooks that are probably not even necessary. So I would just recommend refraining from buying a lot of notebooks. The next thing you will regret buying is a ton of throw pillows. Throw pillows are so fun, trust me. I love throw pillows. I think a nice throw blanket and throw pillows really complete your bed, especially in your dorm room. That's like your main focal point of your whole room and your space. So I get it, but you don't want to buy a ton of throw pillows because a lot of times, especially if you're waking up for class early in the morning, you're not going to want to make your bed and have to put on all those throw pillows. You only need 2 or 3 and that'll still make it look cute, but having like 5 or 6 throw pillows is just so not necessary. And when you go to sleep, you're gonna end up throwing them on the floor anyway. So it's just like a lot of extra space and money you don't want to spend. So just like a nice couple throw pillows is great, but you don't need to overdo it on your throw pillows. The next thing on my list is a printer. A printer is something that you really don't need. Our freshman year, my roommate and I got a printer for our room because it was something that we thought we were going to need, and we did not use it once. We did not really need it because, like I said, a lot of your assignments and everything is all digital, so you won't really need to have to print out any homework assignments anyway since everything is digitally. So if you really need to, you can just use whatever is at the school. They have like a ton of printing stations that are like 10 cents to print out something that's super easy. I mean, at least at U of A. So it's a lot easier to do that than purchase a whole printer that is probably going to never get used anyway and takes up so much space as well. So I would just not go with a printer. The next thing on my list is liquid laundry detergent. When you're living in a dorm especially, you do not want to deal with liquid laundry detergent because you are having to go from wherever floor you're on living in your room all the way down to the first floor to do your laundry. And trust me, you do not want to be lugging a huge jar of liquid laundry detergent to do your laundry. It's a lot easier just to grab a couple Tide Pods, put that in your pocket or whatever, and take your laundry that way than having to take a huge jar of liquid laundry detergent, and it's a lot messier. So I feel like it's a lot easier to just go with the Tide Pods than getting the liquid version of detergent. The last thing I think you will regret buying in college is extra luggage. Luggage you really don't need to buy to move into your freshman year of college. If you have any extra luggage, you don't need to keep that in your room. I think just either a carry-on or like a weekender bag is all you need, but you really do not want to take any luggage to your dorm rooms because there's not going to be a lot of space, and having a weekender bag is a lot easier just to fold and throw somewhere if you're going to need it to go home or whatever. But buying luggage for those trips, you just don't want to do it and waste all that space. So it's good to bring luggage if you're gonna move in, but you don't want to keep that there at your dorm. So I wouldn't buy any excess luggage unless it's like a weekender bag. And those are all of my things that you will regret buying in college. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys!